Interesting.
On the Rottweiler side. Highlights the difference between these two teams' personalities, right? We've got the guard squad that we expect to be a little more structured, and then we've got the Rottweilers that we expect to get up in your face and bare their teeth. This round, though, they'll be taking a more measured approach. They're not flying in anywhere just yet. They're hanging out at B, trying to get some information, contact, walk it up, and they do have their Viper on the mid lurk as well.
Theoretically strong team in the guard. They're not just going to hastily run into a bunch of these gunfights. Instead, they'll contact onto B. Once they realize the site is free, they'll just sage wall and plant. Ooh. Not too difficult there. The timing just narrowly working out. Valen taking that long angle, just messing around with this fight. He's hardly taking any damage either across the broadside. Oh, swing from net, but couldn't quite lock down that right click, and Drios eventually gets rid of Valen. Ali out of there with the dismiss as well. Things looking difficult for the guard.
Yeah, Ali with 2 on the Reyna early on. We talked about confidence and how it's such a factor. We love to see that. And just the fact that they were able to hold after that wall broke and get the planter back off of sight. Ali actually adds a 3rd towards the end of that round, so he will be getting close to his ultimate already. Saya player, you talked about his aim, you talked about his experience with other shooters. He's looking for a head on the Marshall. He'll get a little bit of damage and dash out. Both Sages will use their heals. But look at the flank. Look at the flank. I think the Rottweilers want to leave, and Valen is ready. Only a classic, and he will be cleared hard.
Yeah, net gets 1 off a cheeky pick from mid, courtesy of the Sheriff, but not much more than that. Not really recoverable weapons either for the guard, so they can't just push their way out. They're actually getting flanked too. Manish coming all the way around.
I love this from the Rottweilers. You know, in this round
into the guard, who have to walk away from this round not only with a win but a clean one at that.
Yeah, and I think if the Rottweilers continue to show that respect but remain confident, I think that's the key for them. Lank has found one on the first kill of our gun round. Is a Sheriff kill. And like that, we've got Manish. He's ziplining in with his team. They are going hard. Psalm's going to come up with 1, but he's tagged down very, very low. Forced to retreat. The Sage Wall will be broken. Lots of utility going down, but 2 frags going the way of the Rottweilers. The bomb is down, and although Valen has brought back 1, his team is still at a man disadvantage heading into this retake. Psalm has 21 HP, and they have absolutely not even a start to flushing these players out of their defensive positions. They are tucked in.
Recon Dart is almost up here for Psalm. Shock Dart, really smart placement. I don't think it quite got as much damage as he was hoping for, though. Oh, and unfortunate. Just gets tagged on the spray there. Valen needs an absurd play here, and with 2 players immediately seeing space. I mean, you know, you can get with the toxic screen up and try to walk past it, but it's not nearly as comfortable as what the Christian's Rottweilers rather are working with.
We talked about confidence.
Here for the guard, they got Sheriffs only.
We talked about confidence. If I'm not wrong, Manish has more kills than the whole guard team right
now. That'll get you confidence. Need to keep it calculated though, right? Rottweilers, they've looked good, playing smart but confident. We need to keep that. Great swing there from Manish. No doubt that with the spike planted, with such a heavy firepower advantage for Rottweilers, yeah, they're looking good to walk away with this round.
Manish finds the first, continuing to have just absolutely absurd impact. Look how close to the site he's playing. He's fearless. We'll get taken out by Saya player. But the round is won by the Rottweilers. That's their 4th, and they...
Saya player does have the op. If there's one way they could answer, it would be with that, but not going to be posted up in the proper spot, at least to start this round. Heavy mid-presence from the Rottweilers.
The spike is on the ground, though. I think they want a default, and I really like that look from them. Figure out what they're up against, see what kind of weapons were purchased.
Get some pressure through the middle of the map, right? Clear out the Killjoy utility, get the alarm bot, the turret, both gone, and then you can look to re-hit. Beautiful picks, too. Manish is just unstoppable right now. I mean, net answers back for 1 under 2, but it's just all going to the Rottweilers.
It's so frustrating to play against a player that is doing the things Manish is doing. It is so frustrating. Like a hard A hit. Looks like a big A round. We'll see if the Killjoy ult comes in. But that Sage res, that can make or break a round.
Saya player is at least going to be able to get up and get the orb. So Blade Storm available. But he's got to find some value. The guard, they'd love to flip this eco around. Tag there onto Ali. Makes him pretty vulnerable. Saya player good on that. Meanwhile, Valen gets in on the action. That's 2 already down, and a lockdown to try and flush the Rottweilers away so those guns can be recovered. Viper's pit too. Guard are dumping everything into this.
Yeah, I dare say a big part of that decision to go ahead and use those ults is to get those 2 bodies off limits, right?
Exactly.
So Sage is not able to res either one of those players. The Rottweilers are going to be forced to fight from a 5-on-3, make it a 4-on-3. But still, no chance of getting a res on either one of these guys that went down early. It's going to be an uphill battle. Yeah, I mean,
Sage is one of the fallen players also. So that makes it hard to res. Oh boy, but I mean, it's even harder to get onto this site. It is the low. It's not the prepped Viper's pit that we see on A a lot of the time, right? So it doesn't cover that rope play. You can get up and over it, but 2 players make it 1, watching for that position. Jonah P trying to actually, I think he just gets spammed there through the smoke. That's so unfortunate.
It's wild to me that the Rottweilers stuck around at A to fight this. And it's just working for them.
I love it. I love being again. We're gonna beat this dead horse. It's confidence. And being able to take down Sexy and Drios. Good work there. 3.
Yeah, he's positioned perfectly. I think a good read has been made here. Just got to hit the shots. He's going to spot a knee. A little bit more of a knee now. Sova walks out and gets taken. Good discipline there.
Ooh, almost took the head off Ali there. Couldn't quite find it, but he's sticking around. He hasn't been forced to use his dash yet, so he's not afraid to try and find another. Dashing out into the open. Takes forever to line it up, but moves at just the wrong time. So the movement error on the op doesn't allow him a third, but the fact of the matter is, Guard, they've gotten all they needed. Oh, maybe not. I was about to say all they needed out of their Jet, but with Blank finding a third in the round and getting a res, this is still winnable.
That's such a good res by the Sage. When you can find a kill and then res like that, it just completely swings the momentum. He still has the wall as well. Jonah P's going to have to do it all. He'll line up the first. Heal is available, but much too dangerous to use it right now. So top needs to find 1 before he heals, and it's just too much. They're leaving.
If the Rottweilers go for that plant, so yeah, Rottweilers instead, they're going to try and leave. Net's all the way up here, but 3 players swinging him. That's too much for him to handle. Rottweilers, they still have that Viper's pit too. 30 seconds to play with. They don't have to commit to A.
Yeah, I'm not convinced
my
they're
word.
going A.
This Hunter's Fury got 1 tag, but it couldn't quite find anything more. Rottweilers, they're kind of scrambling here, though. They don't know where they need to go.
They hesitated for just a moment there. It's interesting to me that they hesitated for that moment because that's going to make this A hit a 3 versus 3 fight. Manish has found 1 on the flank. That is huge. But Jonah P is still alive, and it's going to be really hard to get the bomb down with him and Psalm on the site. Time running low. Manish has got to get in there and get something done. He finds 1, 7 seconds on the clock, and it's just not enough time.
Oh, the ace for Psalm! He's the anchor that toggled on from the defending team, too. Even the Owl Drone tees up Ali there. Great work from Net. Traded back, and now it's sort of just becoming a firefight. Most of these teams have used their utility to try and either plant or deny the spike.
This would be the round to run back towards A. There's no Killjoy waiting in mid.
Now they're committing, though. Recon Dart does manage to get 1 tag, but the Hunter's Fury denies Valen from, or not Valen, Psalm rather, from swinging out for anything else. 13 health, thanks to the Hunter's Fury thrown out there. This is going to turn into a bloodbath. We're running out of time. The Guard, they're pulling the triggers, though. Drios is left all alone in an instant. Knows where 1 is, make it 2. Actually, he pretty much knows where everybody is. Boot dump. Rottweilers, they've been struggling as to what to do when they can't actually get that spike planted.
So Blank has found an
Psalm
opening.
Maybe a little bit ambitious there. He's not going to be around to see the rest of this round.
Manish, I think, was trying to sell a B fake. He was over at B by himself. He managed to keep Killjoy and Viper over there towards B. Meanwhile, Blank has found the entry frag onto A, Battle Sage style, and this should be a bomb plant. Indeed, it will be. Now, Guard on the back foot in a 4 versus 5 retake. This is going to be really tough for them. Manish is in mid as well, waiting for those rotators to stab them in the back.
Yeah, no movement utility for Manish, though. He just had to go for the straight-up swing, and Valen was ready. Lockdown to flush the Rottweilers out of those close A positions, too. Blank trying to stay around, making it as costly for the Guard as he can. He will get detained, but 2 falling, that's more than worthwhile. Net, even though he takes down the detained player's head, not quick enough to turn that one. Now Saya player's all alone, 1v3. First one, not going to go his way. Right, and you can see that. They're challenging a lot of these angles being pushed up here. Do they expect Net to swing out. He hasn't done this ever. And with CyPlayer winning that fight, the mid pressure is now or never. Rottweilers, they're desperately running toward B, but they're not prepared for what is waiting. Guard with an excellent pinch onto that attempted mid play. Drios doesn't really stand a chance.
Yeah, that just feels like pure poise. It feels like the guard knew exactly what they wanted to do. They knew exactly went from 5-0 to 6-5. Very clear change in momentum. Manish, though, he's taking matters into his own hands. And see, this is where most Jets would dash out, but he's going to keep looking for the second headshot. Psalm takes
the res
him out,
will bring him back in,
yeah, the
too.
Res is
so
ready for that. So he's got another
that's
chance.
why he's going for that aggressively, is because he knows he can be brought back into the fight. So trading that out is just fine as far as the Rottweilers are concerned for this final round of the half.
They'll take that all day.
Drone tag, very helpful there. Ali will be forced to fall away, and that will stall more time.
Gift. They will go ahead and head in now with an arrow. This is a really strong take, and Ali goes in first. Right behind the arrow, he finds 2 on the Reyna. That's what you want to see. 2 versus 4 now. It's only Killjoy and Viper. Valen and his teammate to try and make something happen. The defenders are going to be getting tucked in, though. Ali goes ahead and pops his ult, makes this an even scarier task. Sexy finds the enemy Viper. Just like that, the round crumbles and the Rottweilers are back.
Flush these players out of yellow. Shock darts going forward. I don't believe they landed for much damage. Oh, unfortunate timing for Blank. And things are starting to fall apart. Psalm, the angles, they're just all going well for the guard. Ali left alone and not able to get another 3K this time. It will be the guards from these classic right clicks for anything to really go Rottweiler's way. Oh, left clicks work too. Not a bad trade for Sexy by any stretch of the imagination. You're happy with a 1-for-1, considering you just want to deal a little bit of damage to the guard's economy. And another quick flank. This time they're committing for it.
Yeah, I like it. I like the change up. They've got a scary Viper wall to run through, and they have only the standard issue pistols to work with.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty difficult to make that work, especially when Psalm's holding on to that Vandal. Still 2 players hanging around. They anticipate that if 3 were on the flank, but we didn't see a 4th, that 4th player is probably coming from sight. So nice work there by the guard. Blank, he does have a couple players on somewhat low health. Right clicks here can be somewhat deadly, but guard aren't giving him the chance. 3 Spectres, that's a dangerous round. It's hard to even call that a bonus at this point.
Manish is undetected.
Contact here is so important.
Yeah, I don't believe they know Manish is here. CyPlayer's ready for him, though. That was so quick by him.
One of the fastest flickers in all of esports.
So quick.
CyPlayer ready on that one. Ooh. Second one, maybe takes him a little bit longer to line up, but he's still good for it.
Patience.
With 2 down on B, I mean, it's hard to imagine this spike ain't going to be planted.
Yeah, the patience really paying off for them there. Just kind of hanging out in B main, waiting for the peaks, hitting the shots. That's the measured approach we expected to see from the guard.
Spam coming in to try and break that wall, but the spike gets planted all the same. 3v5 for Rottweilers, and keep in mind, this is their gun round. They need a win here, or they're going to find themselves in the same economic pit the guard were on their defense. So this retake is super important. Good presence of mind from Drios, is aware of a lurk coming from Net. Net has played around mid in these first few rounds. And Drios doesn't let that slip. The problem is we're running out of time, though. CyPlayer, Valen, they're still holding strong. Some, it's okay, buddy. Nobody saw that dart. Don't even sweat it, because Rottweilers, they just can't get in. These angles are just being spammed, and now it swings all at the same time. The guard deny any sort of entry. Blank's just gonna save his gun.
Yeah, the momentum has definitely shifted here after the very strong start.
All the way there, he doesn't quite have it for this eco unless he can find something unbelievably cheeky with the Sheriff.
Look at this player. What is he thinking? He's insane.
He's trying to get the info on a player coming upstairs, but it's actually not quite the right angle for that, so his buddy gets baited. Blank thought he was safe.
Unfortunate.
Manish is fine with it. He's like, haha, I have your gun now, Blank. It's mine. I baited you into giving me a rifle.
Yeah.
He's gonna need some unbelievable work.
Ali is undetected. We'll see how this timing works. He hears 2 for sure.
It is just a stinger, though,
yeah.
Right? And Drios not quite timing out to mid properly there.
Oh,
okay. Manages to find Net with the right click. Burst fire, doing wonders for Ali, so he'll be able to push for this flank, but still 4v3, still firepower advantage for the guard as they get this spike on the ground.
Look how deep they're pushing as well. They're gonna have total control of this bomb site and Snowman. Yeah, just the aggression there by Jonah P and Psalm seals the round right away. Ali's gonna need a miracle.
1v4 would be quite the miracle, but nah, Valeni. Oh, first one up to bat. Drios. His position given away. He's trying to spam through that smoke, but it's actually Ali who managed to take down Net. It's traded back. 4v4 right now as a Viper's Pit expands on the site. Guard going for a safe plant and a safe res. Gotta love that play.
Wow.
And Jonah P is even good on the cover. That's just so brutal there. And I love this Viper's Pit too because it's more than just the site. It actually extends up onto the rafters. You can see players' toes as they try to go across, so it's just impossible to attack from that angle. And it's impossible to come out from mid too because there'll be 4 players watching for it. Manish, he finds that out the hard way as he's quickly the last person alive, and he won't even get away with his gun. Cheeky play here from Manish.
So
the head of one
aggressive.
and the second actually manages to take Jonah P down. Nice work there from Manish. Still more needed for the Rottweilers considering their firepower, the guns that they are working with, but he'll take that first pick.
And he will escape
all.
to the arms of Mommy Sage and be healed up nicely, more importantly. So a 5-on-4 now with Manish working with at least a little bit of HP. He was tagged down pretty low in that initial fight. And this is going to be a slower round. You can tell that the guard wants some information here before they decide to do anything.
They don't want to give up this mid control if they don't have to, now that there's a gun dropped in the middle of the map potentially, right? So they're going to play slow, hope that somebody from the Rottweilers goes for a re-peek, or they can just find a fight inching forward. But Rottweilers, they're all the way back. They know that if they can sneak their way around, or if they can catch someone off guard,
It has to be Manish here.
You should run.
Oh boy, he's going for it. He's going to drop down, not ready for the position of Saya player though. And that was an easy catch for him.
Yeah.
Lockdown 2 from the guard.
It's tough.
It's just going to buy more time and let the guard set up in their post plant.
I'd love to see Manish kind of wait for his team and play retake there, but 4v4, definitely doable. Like you said, that lockdown burned kind of early, so they have some time to kind of go for it here. Not a lot of weaponry to work with. Probably going to be difficult, but Blank and Sexy both hit sheriff shots. That's what you need to see. Suddenly it starts to feel almost winnable, but the lineups come in, the Sovo comes
Just when
in.
you think.
Blank's going to have a lot of trouble here.
You're going to try and stick it, but there's no shot. No shot. Beautiful post.
East site as the guard tend to play for mid control and head up tube. Ali finds one, which is a decent job there, but it's still going to be kitchen control in the hands of the guard. Blank, though, that's a huge frag from him. That makes this round feel very winnable.
Yeah, the timing there perfect from Blank. Knew exactly when his wall would be going down and caught Psalm completely unaware. This deep position in back in defender spawn too. Drios good for 2. That's it. That's the round over. Net doesn't have a chance. Even if he picks up that first, he's got to kill 3. He's got to get out into mid, then back to a site. His position is known now. He would have been hurt jumping out over there. Doesn't even expect Drios to be that close to him.
Managed to do here. We'll see how long they keep Ali in place in B main, or if they rotate one of these players towards A, because the A hit is coming. Oh, and that's not good for Rottweilers. Their only A defender has gone down to a 1-tap from Jonah P. It's going to have to be Manish here. We've said that so many times. He's going to be unable to do anything about that plant due to a very powerful stage wall.
Nice pick, though, from Drios.
Yeah, that's huge.
Fury, at least.
That's huge.
Not thrown away. Couldn't quite stop that spike plant, though. So, again, it's this post-plant position. 3 really good post-plant agents to have here for the guard. But 4 to retake here for the Rottweilers. Already snake bites being chucked in. Getting this util out early is good. And taking down Net is even better. Valen's forced to swing, and he won't be able to stay.
Wow.
A great round for the Rottweilers. A beautiful retake.
That's back-to-back really convincing rounds from them. They're back in the game just like that, showing us that they have more than one game plan.
Okay, I really like this play from the guard. They've recognized that B long wall goes up over and over again, so they're going to try and wrap around it into mid. Rottweilers anticipating a little bit, but Sexy wasn't quite ready for that toxic screen to drop. Blank's position is known too. And the guard, they are closing in. He's going to try and wall himself in desperately, but Jonah P ain't letting him go.
And the plant was just so quick, and it's in such a terrible spot to retake. All of your teammates are already dead now as well. That round happened so fast. We've been talking throughout this map about adjustments, and you hit the nail on the head with that one. The guard recognized they were struggling towards B main. They made a little adjustment, sent 4 players under tube, and they win that round in a matter of seconds.
And you know, honestly, I'm generally not a fan of mid to B plays a lot of the time because it's difficult to take control of B long yourself, and you can get flanked very easily. But if Rottweilers are just refusing to take B long control, say, hey, nobody gets that, then suddenly a mid to B is much more viable, right?
Yeah,
Rios,
especially...
can you get out of this with a gun? Okay, at least one rifle save. Abandoned that B-long play, but the guard expected them to.
What a
now
read.
They're just walking up B-long for free. Sexy is all the way backside towards Snowman. And, I mean, there's nothing that Rottweilers can do to stop this fight.
That's just an impeccable read by the guard, and it's gonna... The Rottweilers are gonna need an unbelievable retake. I'm gonna guess somebody's gonna have to get a big multi-frag for this one to be possible, because this bomb is planted early and these defenders are tucked in. It's going to be Blank on top of the bomb site. He's going to drop a couple of slows by Yellow and push aggressively forward. He's in a great position to catch the first peeker, but Net will take down Sexy, making things even more difficult. It's got to be Blank to have the impact here. He's on top, but no one is peeking him. The defenders just making it so tough. They're not showing themselves at all. He keeps tapping the bomb, but these defenders just won't peek. And just like that,